Alright, hey guys, what's going on? It is another Monday, and you know what that means. It's another murderous Monday. And tonight, we have, and I talk about serial killers, and I upload every Monday, hence the name. And the next serial killer that I'll be talking about is Robert Maudsley. Who was he? What was his early life like? And why and how did he become so evil? I will answer that and more in this video as I take you down the perspective mind of a madman turned serial killer. Now, before we get started, trigger warning, yes, if you don't want to hear about brain eating or killing or whatever, I would say skip this video and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. But, couple of, two things. I'm still in my mom's room doing these. My room is slowly but surely getting back together. I should be able to do it. I should be able to record my next Murderous Mondays in my room next Monday. And if I sound a little hoarse, it's because I have a cough. And look, there's meow meow. Meow meow. Alright, so let's get this thing started then. Hey guys, yeah, I already said the part. So, Robert John Maudsley, born June 26, 1953, is an English man convicted of multiple murders. Maudsley killed 4 people, with one of the killings taking place in a psychiatric hospital, and 2 in prison after receiving a life sentence for a murder. Initial reports falsely stated he ate part of the brain of one of them of one of the men he killed in prison, which earned him the nickname Hannibal the Cannibal. From parts of the British press and the Brain Eater, amongst other prisoners, national newspapers were advised that the allegations were untrue according to the post-mortem reports. Maudsley is the longest-serving British prisoner in solitary confinement. Now, early life. Robert Maudsley was fourth of 12 children, so a big family. Born in Speck, Liverpool. He spent his early years in a Catholic orphanage in Crosby with his 3 older siblings. At the age of 8, Maudsley and his 3 older siblings were retrieved by their parents. Robert was subjected to routine physical abuse from his father until he was removed from their care by social services. Maudsley later stated that he was raped as a child by his father, and such early abuse left deep psychological scars. As a teenager during the late 1960s, Maudsley was a sex worker in London, using his income to support his drug addiction. He was forced to seek psychiatric help after several suicide attempts. He told doctors that he claimed to hear voices telling him to kill his parents. He is quoted as saying, "If I had killed my parents in 1970, none of these people would have died." Now, the murders. In 1974, Maudsley garroted, which means which is a weapon and a method of capital punishment. So, yeah. In 1974, Maudsley I guess he killed John Farrell in Wood Green, London. Farrell picked up Maudsley for sex and showed him pictures of children that he had sexually abused. Maudsley surrendered himself to police, saying he needed psychiatric care. Maudsley was found unfit to stand trial and was sent to a Broadmoor hospital. In 1977, he and another patient, David Cheeseman, who was serving a sentence for rape and sexual assault of a 16-year-old girl, locked themselves in a cell with a third patient named David Francis, also a convicted child molester. The attack was claimed to be in revenge for a homosexual attack on one of the friends of the two men. They tortured him to death over a period of 9 hours. After this incident, Maudsley was convicted of manslaughter and sent to Wakefield Prison. He disliked the transfer and made it clear that he wanted to return to Broadmoor Hospital. Maudsley was later sentenced to life imprisonment with recommendations that he would never be released. In 1978, Maudsley killed 2 fellow prisoners in Wakefield Prison in one day. He had originally set out to kill 7, though, so, yeah. His first victim was Saloni Darwood, imprisoned for killing his wife. At the time, Darwood had been giving Maudsley French lessons. Maudsley invited Darwood to his cell where he stabbed him before hiding his body under his bed. He then attempted to lure other prisoners into his cell, but they all refused. Maudsley then prowled the wing, hunting for a second victim, cornering and stabbing prisoner William Roberts to death as he was lying in his bed. William Roberts, laying in bed, he hacked at Roberts' skull with a makeshift dagger and then struck his head again against the wall multiple times. Maudsley calmly walked into the wing office, placed the dagger on the table, and told the officer that the next roll call that they would be too short because he killed 2 people. Maudsley stated his victims were rapists, pedophiles, or sexual offenders, and that those are the people to whom he is a threat to. Now, victims. John Farrell, age 30. On March 1974, Farrell showed Maudsley photographs of children that he had molested. David Francis, age 26. On the 26th of February 1977, Francis was convicted child molester, sentenced to Broadmoor Hospital. Saloni Darwood, aged 46. On the 29th of July of 1978, Darwood was imprisoned for sexual assault and the killing of his wife. And then last but not least, William Roberts, age 56, on the 29th of June of 1978, convicted for sexually assaulting a 7-year-old girl. Wow, 7-year-old. Solitary confinement. In 1983, Maudsley was deemed too dangerous for a normal cell. Prison authorities built a 2-cell unit in the basement of Wakefield Prison. Due to his history of violence when outside of his cell, he is escorted by at least 4 prison officers. In March of 2000, Maudsley unsuccessfully pleaded for the terms of his solitary confinement to be relaxed or to be allowed to take his own life via a cyanide capsule. He also asked for a pet budgergar, which is like a parrot of some sort, like a budgie, which was denied. And before we get off this video, that was it for Robert Maudsley. But before we get off this video, I'm just going to tell you guys a hint of my next case I'm going to be talking about. I don't remember the guy's name, but I mean, obviously, I will do the research on it. But he literally picked up this hitchhiker girl, and literally, she wanted to go to her grandfather's house in South California, I think. Somewhere in California. That when she noticed that they were going the wrong way, he stopped, and he, with one clean hacks, and with one clean swing, he hacksawed her arm clean off, and then did it to the other arm. And then she played dead so that the guy would go away. But then she actually wasn't dead. But the thing was that just to make sure, he threw her off of a 30-foot cliff. But then she put mud on her wounds to stop the bleeding. Bleeding out. At this point, she actually lost half of her blood, maybe even more. What's the word? She managed to get up the 30-foot cliff, and managed to go in the street, and someone knowing that she just got almost killed, basically, by a hitchhiker, by hitchhiking, I should say. She hitchhiked again, and these people were good. They brought her to the hospital, and one of them was the doctor, was a doctor that they picked up. One of the ones that picked up the girl was a doctor, and later on in life, he delivered one of her kids. And she is doing better now, but she obviously has the emotional and physical and emotional scars. She has hooks for hands, but that does not stop her. It just makes life hard, but does not stop her. But get this, the guy was sentenced to 14 years in prison, but only served 8 years. Literally, he went back out again and actually finally killed another girl named Roxanne. So if you guys know who I'm talking about, which is basically, I basically just summed up the whole entire case, please let me know in the comments down below. And, don't be a bad person, be a good person. Live for Anna Templeton, she just reached 15 or 14K, guys. Give her some love. Anna Templeton is her name. Sorry, my voice isn't the best. I was sick. It's still called the rhino fever. Rhinovirus. Which is sweeping through the nation of Long Island. And, that's about it. Meow, is there anything that you want to say? Please leave. Bye. Alright. See, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.